Title versus career. Championship matches everywhere. It's all here on the Wrestling is Bullshit Report. Welcome in, guys. This is the 14th episode of the Wrestling is Bullshit Report. I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, but nonetheless, I'm excited to get back on track with this episode of the report. So let's get into it, guys. Start with the results. American Made defeated Alpha Academy in a tornado tag team match. Always cool to see a match outside of the ordinary on any type of wrestling programming, and we see American Made get a victory here. After taking a loss to the Wyatt Six just after SummerSlam, they seem to bounce back and get a win against Alpha Academy on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw. On NXT, Charlie Dempsey regained the NXT Heritage Cup by defeating Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo had a pretty decent run with the NXT Heritage Cup. I'm going to be honest, I was pretty surprised when Tony D'Angelo won the cup. He doesn't seem like a guy that would hold the cup, but nonetheless, he had a nice little run with it, and it goes right back to Charlie Dempsey when Tony D'Angelo is ultimately done with it, when he takes the loss here. We'll see if the Heritage Cup can grow Charlie Dempsey more in this second reign of his. I do love the Heritage Cup. I love everything it stands for. I love the type of matches that it facilitates. And I think that Charlie Dempsey, who is the son of William Regal, can grow from continuing to hold this cup. Last but not least for the results, guys, pretty, not like the slowest week ever, but it's not the hugest week ever, right? So we also had Dustin, Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara defeat the Undisputed Kingdom for those Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Very interesting. We had Sammy Guevara return like maybe 2 weeks ago, roughly. And now him and Dustin Rhodes have already won those Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Dustin Rhodes is also Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champion with the Von Erichs. So Dustin Rhodes is a double champion in Ring of Honor. He deserves it. I would love to see him hold the TNT Championship one day, a title that his brother Cody Rhodes held before leaving AEW and going and having all that great success in WWE. Nonetheless, man, it's good to see Dustin Rhodes getting some gold. 2 sets of belts at that. And I think it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I could definitely see Sammy Guevara turning on Dustin Rhodes. It would have to be sometime after they lose these Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. But I would love to see a high-caliber match and a high-caliber feud with Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. Until then, man, we'll enjoy them as a tag team in Ring of Honor. This is what they're doing, guys. They're telling stories. We're going to see where it goes. Good on them. Sammy Guevara is a great wrestler. Dustin Rhodes is a legend. So, yeah, we got 2 new tag team champions in Ring of Honor. Let's get over to the news. Not too many important pieces of information on the news today, honestly. Stuff that I feel inclined to report to you guys, but nonetheless don't really have too much of an opinion on. So let's get into it. Our first bit of news. It has been reported that Vince McMahon's health is rapidly declining. This is one of those pieces of news that I don't care to report on. I'm reporting it to you, or I don't care to comment on. Of course, I am reporting it to you. Vince McMahon has been a part of the WWE ever since day one, essentially, and his health is rapidly declining. Again, you're not going to get my personal opinion on that because I really don't have one. So, but there you go. That's for you to know. Enjoy. Afa Anoa'i passed away this week. Another half of the Wild Samoans has passed away. Rest in peace. And I give my heart to the Anoa'i family in these tough times. All In 2025 will take place in Arlington, Texas. We have the second year of All In at Wembley Stadium this year, this Sunday, as a matter of fact. But next year, it will be going to Dallas. Technically Arlington, but Arlington is Dallas. You know how it goes. And it will not be taking place at AT&T Stadium. It will actually be taking place where the Texas Rangers play, which is a baseball stadium. And I think that's perfect for AEW, right? Like, AEW is not going to sell out 80,000 in the United States. They could do that in London, but London is deprived of high caliber wrestling. No offense to Revolution Pro Wrestling, but it's ultimately an indie. And to me, it's the UK's best wrestling promotion. That's just my opinion. But WWE doesn't go to London as much as they would like, and neither does AEW. So therefore, it is easy for either promotion to sell out 80,000 tickets at Wembley Stadium. But when AEW comes over to the United States, which is very familiar with having big wrestling shows, it's going to be hard. So I think it's a good move for them to set the bar at 40,000 for All In the United States in 2025. And I think Arlington, Texas is a good spot for that. We've been seeing AEW Collision and Ring of Honor tapings take place around the area, right? It's become a permanent home for Ring of Honor and AEW Collision, which I like to see. It looks like these shows have benefited from that, but nonetheless, let's get back on track. All In 25, Arlington, Texas. Hope to see you there. I hope I can make it. We'll find out. Life is expensive. WWE stars were the only talent to sell out when signing at Fanatics Fest. And this is a big deal, honestly. At Fanatics Fest, we had a lot of former athletes, such as Barry Sanders. I don't know what the other ones were at the top of my head, but you had a lot of NFL stars. You had a lot of MLB stars. You had a lot of NBA stars. And WWE were the only talent to sell out their signings. This goes to show you the popularity level that WWE is at. And what it actually says to me personally is WWE fans are down. Like, wrestling fans are down to wait in line to meet people. I mean, how do I say this? That's not normal for like football, for like basketball, for like baseball, hockey, even like boxing, maybe. It's not exact like other fan bases aren't as down as wrestling fans are to stand in line for hours, pay whatever X dollar amount to meet their favorite wrestler, athlete, whatever you want to call it. But to kind of see an event be run where WWE has a large presence, and then there's also presence from the NFL, from the MLB, from the NBA, anything with a large fan base, to see WWE kind of showing out at this event with all these other leagues for sports and what have you, it's a good sign. It's a good sign, and I gotta say that is because of you guys. That is because you guys are diehard fans. You guys are willing to wait hours. You guys are willing to spend your money and have a simple meet and greet interaction, take a photo, or get something signed by these wrestlers. Like, that really showed out at Fanatics Fest this year when it was reported that WWE stars were the only talent to sell out their signings. That's huge. That says a lot. And that's no thanks to WWE. I'm not going to say that. It is thanks to WWE, and it is thanks to the wrestlers that work hard in that ring to entertain us. But I think the biggest star of this piece of news is you guys, the fans, that spend your hard-earned money and spend your time going to these meet and greets, the WrestleMania Access, the WrestleCons, the WWE World, all that stuff. It's really cool to see that WWE fans are down like that. So, yeah. Let's move on to the watch list. And then we'll get out of here. We start with Monday Night Raw, where the Unholy Union will defend the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship against both Damage Control and the Pure Fusion Collective. The Pure Fusion Collective is the team of Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. I haven't been referring to them by their formal name, but now I know what their name is. So we got a nice women's tag team title match on Raw. Definitely must watch. Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. Toni Storm defends the AEW Women's World Championship against Saraya. Definitely a money match that I would tune into. But this next match that's happening on AEW Dynamite is an even bigger money match that I'm excited for. and that's Kazuchika Okada defending the AEW Continental Championship against Claudio Castagnoli. Money, yes, sign me up, please. Just days before AEW All In, we have a must-watch episode of AEW Dynamite. And that is how you capitalize on momentum. So good job, AEW. Friday, SmackDown. LA Knight, defends the United States Championship against Santos Escobar. Again, a money match. This match right here makes SmackDown must-watch, in my opinion. The Bloodline defend the WWE Tag Team Championship against the Street Profits. Oh my goodness. Another money match. SmackDown is must-watch. That is, if you watch any shows this week, watch Friday Night SmackDown and then watch this next show. Sunday, AEW All In. Chris Jericho defends the FTW Championship against Hook. The Young Bucks defend the AEW World Tag Team Championship against FTR and the Acclaimed. The Patriarchy defend the AEW World Trios Championship in a London ladder match. Yes, take my money. Mercedes Moné defends the TBS Championship against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. One of them, I am very excited for that match. That is, I'm not going to sit here and say the build has been good, because ultimately it's been okay at best. But when you know that AEW is going to deliver, you don't worry about shit like that, right? Mercedes Moné and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, are going to have a fantastic match this Sunday in Wembley Stadium. And I'll be damned if you guys miss it. Jack Perry defends the TNT Championship match. Jack Perry defends the TNT Championship against Darby Allin in a coffin match. We'll see if Darby's able to get the win here, man. They've been building up Jack Perry. He's part of the Elite, so he's ultimately got that plot armor, if you will, around him. I'll be surprised if, I don't know. I know that Darby Allin wins damn near every coffin match he's in. In fact, I think he's undefeated in coffin matches. That's like his stipulation. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and had Jack Perry retain here. We'll find out on Sunday. We got 3 more matches here, guys. MJF defends the AEW American Championship against Will Ospreay. Again, gonna be a banger of a match. 2 of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Toni Storm defends the AEW Women's World Championship against Mariah May in what has been a fantastic build. They took their time with this story. This story ultimately began in 2023 at AEW Full Gear when Mariah May sided with Timeless Toni Storm. She then went on to win the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament just a few weeks ago. She turned on Toni Storm immediately to close out an episode of AEW Dynamite. And now this blood feud has boiled over to Wembley Stadium. 2 international women in an international high caliber level pay-per-view that AEW is putting on. Very exciting. Swerve Strickland and Daniel Bryanson. Wow. I never heard that one before. It's been a couple of days. I'm coming back from vacation, so please forgive me. It's not like I don't make these botches on the regular anyway. Anyway. Swerve Strickland will take on Bryan Danielson in a career versus title match for the AEW World Championship. Wow. We may be witnessing Bryan Danielson's last match this Sunday at AEW All In Wembley Stadium. I don't think that is the case here. I think Bryan Danielson's last match will be at WrestleDream in October in Washington. I think this is the first match of a couple between Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. And the chances of Bryan Danielson winning the AEW World Championship this Sunday are fairly higher than usual. And I'm all here for it. You guys know me. I'm a big Swerve Strickland fan, but I recognize real, and I think Bryan Danielson deserves to win that AEW World Championship. Nonetheless, man, I just went down that whole list of A-plus banger matches happening at All In Wembley Stadium this Sunday. And like I said, I really hope you watch it. It's going to be a really great show. Again, Friday Night SmackDown with 2 high-caliber title matches. 2 high-caliber title matches on AEW Dynamite as well. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. Title matches everywhere. Enjoy wrestling. What else can I say? Take care, guys. I'll see you guys very soon.